VIH-Sida, l'adoption du plan d'action de la feuille de route nationale pour la réduction de la mortalité maternelle, néonatale et infantile, ainsi que l'adoption en 2022 de la stratégie nationale de la santé reproductive des jeunes et adolescents. En sus, l'adoption de la politique nationale de la jeunesse en 2019 a consacré, et dans son plan quinquennal, un axe stratégique appelé axe stratégique numéro 7 sur la santé des jeunes, avec pour objectif stratégique d'améliorer et promouvoir la santé des adolescents et jeunes en mettant en exergue le développement des modules sur les compétences de vie courante et d'éducation sexuelle en milieu scolaire et extrascolaire, ainsi que de lutte contre les mariages des enfants et les mutilations génitales féminines, en particulier chez les jeunes filles. Pour terminer mes propos, je nous exhorte à investir et durablement dans le programme Youth Connekt Africa en faisant de telle sorte que ce programme devienne de plus en plus un outil efficace au seul profit de cette génération présente et de la génération à venir. Sachons-le, la santé des jeunes, la santé mentale des jeunes doit être aussi une autre préoccupation de premier ordre, car une jeunesse malade ne peut participer ni contribuer efficacement au développement durable de sa nation. C'est donc ici et maintenant que se joue notre survie et notre destin commun. Engageons-nous, mettons-nous tous et agissons au service de la jeunesse du continent. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Lazaki. Investing in SRHR mental health is ultimately an investment in Africa. And I think that's been the common thread that we have been trying to communicate today. And I'm so thankful for all the different speakers and panelists in reiterating what people want and not assuming what we want. And for closing remarks, I'd like to welcome Ornella Asimini. She's from Afrian, Madagascar, and she'll be here to give us the closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Moderator, Minister of Youth from the Gambia, General Secretary, Ministry of Youth, Sport, Leisure and Entrepreneurial Leadership, Chad, Director of Youth, Malawi, Director of Youth, Zanzibar, Regional Director for UNFPA East and Southern Africa, Deputy Regional Director for UNICEF East and Southern Africa, representative from the United Nations, youth delegates, ladies and gentlemen. In my country we say, Balatare. Good morning, everyone. Habari zenu. Yeah, actually, I address you today as a representative of young advocates of sexual and reproductive health rights, fully aware of the direct impact of this right on the physical well-being and mental health of young people. While we recognize the significant progress made in this field within our respective countries in Africa, we remain aware of the significant and persistent challenges that stand in the way of achieving a balanced and equitable society. Key points deserving our attention has been highlighted by our panelists, and I would like to specifically delve into some crucial aspects. But before that, I would like to add a crucial point. So, the first one is, and actually I think it's the most important thing, is to actively listen to the voice of the youth. I underline the imperative of attentive listening, recognizing that the adage, nothing about us without us, extends beyond just symbolism. It is essential to establish dedicated spaces and platforms where young people can fully express their concerns, share our experiences, because the experiences is not similar depending where we come from. For example, in Madagascar, we may have another specific case, so it's really important to share together of our wants and needs. The second point related to the discussion from the first panel concern mental health. As we've seen earlier on the video and as our panelists just shared, there are connections between mental health, well-being, and the well-being of youth. Yes, in Africa, this topic is often downplayed, with many Africans considering it like a challenge primarily faced by Western nations. It's not African things. This translates into limited, if not non-existent, access to mental health supports in most African countries, as in my country, in Madagascar. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that mental health is a valid concern, even for us young Africa, and it's closely linked to overall health. It is high time to address this issue and provide support to African youth in navigating this intertwined aspect of well-being. And the third point related to the discussion from the second panel concerned SRHR. In Africa, young people encounter significant barriers, we all know, in meeting their needs for sexual and reproductive health. Information on sexual and reproductive health is limited, hindered by laws, tradition, and regulations that restrict comprehensive and complete sexuality education. From the moment we experience our first period, as our sisters say, we are cautioned with, don't interact with boy, you might be pregnant. However, at that point, you are still grappling to understand what's happening. So it's a matter. Many young people persist in believing that, for example, HIV or AIDS is just a myth. So HIV doesn't exist, remaining oblivious to the harsh realities for the disease. Despite the clear need for comprehensive sexual education, some governments worry that its promotion may encourage early sexual activities among the youth. But I believe that neglecting this topic will not deter young people to just engaging in sexual activities. Instead, it will deny them crucial knowledge about the risk and consequences associated with unprotected sex, leaving them ill-prepared to address issues related to their sexuality. So, investing in sexual and reproductive health rights is not just an allocation of resources, but rather a profound investment in the mental well-being of the youth. And consequently, it is sustainability of our continent. We strongly urge for meaningful measures to ensure the full realization of these rights. And thereby affirming our commitment to
African people and our fundamental human rights. Education and early childhood development level on SRH and mental health are pivotal to the empowerment of young people in Africa, but also in the addressing of many systemic challenges that we currently face.